Welcome back into the Sports Source, this segment of our program brought to you by Madisonville Marine. And there's always something great going on at Madisonville Marine. Right now, after Memorial Day and heading into summer, it's a good time to mention that any member of the military, active or retired, can get a $1,000 military rebate on all G3 boats and G3 Suncatcher pontoons. There's no better place to buy a boat for many, many, many reasons. We could sit here for the next 10 minutes and I could still not list all of the ways that Madisonville Marine is the best place to buy a boat. I can only tell you that after 15 years, it is true. And a lot of you know it, Madisonville Marine. This week at a speaking engagement, Jeremy Pruitt told a story about offensive line coach Will Friend and his cell phone. He said that the phone kept ringing and playing Rocky Top, so Pruitt asked him what he was doing over there, playing it over and over and over. And then Friend said, "I don't know how many times we're going to score this year, but I'm going to learn this song while I can." Pruitt then told the group that he told Friend, "I can tell you one thing, we're going to score more than they did last year." Okay. Funny. I think most people would agree that that's funny. A lot of people would love the fact that the current coach took a little shot at the last coach. That's not my style, but do you have a problem with it? Do you think it's funny? Or, this would be the biggest concern for me, are you tempting the football gods a little bit? Because I'm looking at that offensive roster, and if he scores a ton of points, I'll be impressed, because I don't see where they're coming from with that offense.
It's funny right up until you don't do it.
Okay.
I love it personally because I think it's actually a glimpse into Jeremy Pruitt's personality, and coaches don't give us many of those these days.
Yeah.
I think this actually shows us maybe a little bit that he didn't think a whole lot of what he was left by Butch Jones or the job Butch Jones did. So I like getting that kind of honesty, even if it's just in a small dose like that.
Yeah, I viewed it as Jeremy Pruitt trying to just play up to a crowd of Tennessee fans that wanted to hear something. And by the way, Tennessee went 0-8 in the SEC last year, so they didn't score a lot of points. But I also wonder now moving forward, well, if Jeremy Pruitt sees that this goes out on social media, will he be more reserved in future speaking engagements?
I think you ought to only play Rocky Top after you score a touchdown. Field goals don't count.
Yeah. The swagger thing, a lot of people love that. Again, they loved it about Lane Kiffin right until he left, and then they hated Lane Kiffin. I never liked him.
Yeah.
And then they suffer for a few more years. It's like, we need to bring him back. But the swagger thing, just coach. I mean, how much swagger does Nick Saban show? But that's me, and right now Ryan's thinking, you're so old. But you like the swagger, though. You're more of a swagger guy.
Well,
right?
I think it's okay if you're trying to market the program, and I think we were talking about Jeremy Pruitt not really doing a lot to market this team in the spring. Well, this is something he's finally showing a little bit of an edge, showing that he's maybe more confident in this staff and what they can do. So I think it's good for building the fan base's excitement a little bit and showing them you think you can get it done.
But here's the problem with it. It's good and it helps the fan base and it does all these things right up until it doesn't work, and then you look like an idiot.
But if you don't score.
If they happen to score less points, then fans are going to be mentioning that on
They'll be mad anyway.
social media.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think
Surely they'll score more than last year, but I wouldn't be talking too much with the roster that he was left.
Sure. And I don't think he
Not
will
his
be.
fault.
I don't think he will. I think this was a low-key thing, and you wonder, like Josh said, does he do it again now?
Yeah,
Because
I mean, that's famous, Spurrier's whole, you can't spell UT, you can't spell citrus without UT.
Yeah.
That was said to a booster group, and it blew up. Some of these guys say things that they don't want going to everyone, but at some point, he's first-time head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's learning this, but you got to watch. It goes back to what you don't like. These guys don't want to say this stuff because they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want it haunting them. Because here's the deal. If they wind up and score 2 points less than last year's team, you think we're not going to go back and remember this? You think everybody isn't going to remember this? So that's the danger of
That's how
it.
the internet works.
Yes. Much, for good and for bad. All right. Thanks to all these guys. I appreciate it. Thanks to you. Thanks for supporting our sponsors. I mentioned somebody who did a little role with the show first year to help us out. Thank you. You've had the biggest role on the show in keeping us around for 15 seasons. We got a summer full of good stuff. We appreciate you being with us. See you next Sunday right back here, 11 o'clock on Channel 6.
The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame. Shadow boxes come with a lifetime guarantee.